I'm Jerry Madera, and the song you just heard me playing to is a machito song entitled Asia Minor. It was recorded in 1955, and the bass player on that album is the late great Nilo Sierra. What inspired me about this song is the bass line. Before I started playing bass, I was playing guitar, and I heard this bass line. I said, wow, what a hit bass line, so I started playing it on the guitar. Then eventually I said, you know what, it would sound better on a bass. So I was around 14 years old when I heard this song, and I was pestering my dad about buying me a bass, and he told me, if he's gonna buy me a bass, my dad told me, if I'm gonna buy you a bass, I don't want you to leave it in the corner collecting dust. I want you to study it. So he bought me the bass, and guess what? I left it in the corner collecting dust. I would like to start out with a brief history of my musical background. My grandfather, Simon Madera, who was born in the late 1800s in Puerto Rico, was a composer of danzas and ballroom music in that era. His most famous composition is La Danza de Mis Amores. Now his son, my father, Jose Ping Madera, came to New York in 1930, and he started playing with the different jazz groups and different bands, and he also began with the Machito Orchestra back then. And he was a composer, arranger, and the lead tenor sax in that orchestra. And my brother, Jose Madera, is a musical arranger, and he's also a percussionist, and he played for 31 years with the Tito Puente Orchestra. When I was a young boy, my father took me to Yankee Stadium, where the Machito Orchestra was performing on the field, and they took me on the field, and I was there among the band members playing, and that was a great experience. And I thought to myself, man, I would love to be doing something like this. My other musical inspirations, especially which led me to play the bass on a professional level, were Bobby Rodriguez, Andy Gonzalez, Sal Cuevas, Eddie Guagua Rivera, Guillermo Edgehill, Victor Venegas, to name a few. Those were the inspirations in my life to become a musician. I am currently the bass player for the 3-time Grammy Award-winning Spanish Harlem Orchestra. I also play with various other orchestras, such as the Mambo Legends. I've also played with the Tito Puente Orchestra on and off. I've also played with the Machito Orchestra on and off. I've also done a few gigs with Hector Lavoe, Raulín Rosendo, and a few other artists, Eddie Palmieri also, Típica 73, and a few other various artists down the line. I've been very fortunate to travel the world as a bassist with different groups and having a chance to experience what other type of music there is out there in the world, which also inspired me to develop the style of playing that I have now. Latin jazz, salsa, and the various other types of music that I have played throughout my career is, to me, like brings the world together. There's nothing like music to really show people what kind of passions there are and what types of feelings and what types of joy that life can bring you. Latin jazz to me is that bridge to several different cultures, as where they can understand the message the messages that we're trying to convey to everybody in the world. To me, it brings me joy that I can communicate this type of music to the masses and to see how they react in their faces as they're dancing and enjoying the music. I would like to thank Eli Yamin and the Jazz Power Initiative for giving me this opportunity to express myself. Thank you very much.